Welcome back to Brother Man Sudoku. I am Theta, and I just want to start by saying I'm sending a lot of love and positivity to you guys as my viewers today. I'm just hoping that you're staying upbeat, that you're positive, that you're remaining motivated in all the endeavors that you have to tackle for the day. I'm just sending a lot of love and light and positivity your way. So on Brother Main Sudoku, what we do is we solve Sudoku puzzles, of course, for the ASMR experience of getting the completion, the satisfaction of completing the puzzle, as well as some strategy explanation as we go through. Today's puzzle is going to be the puzzle of the day for March 7th. So again, whatever time you are watching this, I do still hope that you get the enjoyment out of it, but this is going to be the puzzle of the day for March 7th. This is today that I am completing it. And what I want to do is, this is one of the preliminary puzzles on my channel. I'm going to first explain what a Sudoku puzzle is and how it's solved. I'm going to get into a little bit of the features that this particular app offers, and then we're going to jump right into the puzzle and see if we can get a good completion. So Sudoku puzzle is a numbers-oriented puzzle. It's a numerical puzzle, wherein which if you're looking here, you see that there's 9 3x3 squares separated by a dark bordered line. So this is a 3x3 square here, 3x3 that you have right here. And what you're going to want to do is put the numbers 1 through 9 in each of the 3x3 squares without repeating. Now you have simultaneous constraints concerning the rows, where it's 1 through, you're going to want to put 1 through 9, not repeating as well. And then with the columns, the same thing, 1 through 9, not repeating for the whole entire puzzle to find that final solution. We're going to jump over to the features that this particular app offers. This is the Sudoku app offered by Beetle Studio on the Google Play Store. It has a 4.5 rating and 50 million plus downloads. So very popular. I do believe you can find it on the iOS store as well. And I do want to preface this by saying that this software is different from your typical Sudoku experience in that it will actually highlight if you put the wrong number in the wrong block. So what you're going to want to do if you want more of the regular Sudoku experience, the typical, more similar to paper Sudoku experience, I suggest you hop over to Sharp Cookie. Her name is Sharp Cookie. She has a YouTube channel as well where she does all sorts of brain puzzles, but she also does Sudoku. And with her particular software, it doesn't tell you if you put a digit in the wrong place, which I actually prefer about this software. That's me particularly for the unique enjoyment of this kind of Sudoku, because you won't see that one very often on many Sudoku solving channels and stuff like that. But if you're looking for that more of that typical experience, you don't want that added benefit, or you don't want that that feature. Check Sharp Cookie out. I believe in the descriptions of her videos she has links, or she has the name of this particular Sudoku app that she uses, and she's very fun and things like that. Very upbeat on her channel as well if you just want to check out her videos. So we're going to hop into the features. If you'll follow, I'm going to click on this icon in the top right corner. It's going to give you a full array of features that this app offers. So you have the audio effect if you like the nice click when you click on boxes and things like that, vibration if you're on mobile, notification if you like the social kind of aspect of it, timer if you like to keep your times on particular difficulty puzzles at certain times or below certain times. I like to keep this toggled on just for curiosity's sake. Again, for the sake of this channel, I'm not really looking for time to keep the time of solution, finding the solution for a puzzle at a specific duration. I'm not really looking for that, but it's your choice. One of the main features I do look at though is, however, the mistakes limit. I do toggle that off. If you'll notice, for the mistakes limit, you typically get 3 mistakes before you forfeit your points for the puzzle. You also forfeit your win streak. If you're on a win streak, you would forfeit that as well, and you lose the puzzle. Now, it's not a hard loss, meaning you can actually get back in there for the price of a 30-second commercial and get that satisfaction, that completion of the puzzle if you just want to finish it out to see what you can use that as a reference for what you could do next time on the puzzle to not get those mistakes. But I do toggle it off for the enjoyability of this channel. So we're going to just go back here. I'm going to show you something. So the mistakes are counted here in this top left corner, and just in my mind, I like to keep my mistakes, I like to use them actually on a preemptive, proactive manner, where I afford myself 2 guesses for a puzzle two guesses. Again, it will highlight if it's in the wrong place. I use that as two guesses. You'll see how that works if it comes to that, but sometimes it doesn't come to that, depending on, if we use the adequate strategy and things work out like that. So we're going to hop down here. I'm going to show you these features here at the bottom. So similar to your typical Sudoku experience, even on paper, you'd use something like a pencil to mark annotations in each of the boxes. And the annotations are going to be potential solutions to a box. So for instance, I can highlight here, and you're going to want to make sure that when you're going through here, it's on when you have it on and it's off when you want it off, because what you'll do is you'll accrue a mistake if your pencil is on or off at the wrong time when you're wanting to mark just an annotation. And so I'll show you, for instance, the 7 cross hatches here, and we'll get into cross hatching. So if I wanted to mark a 7 in this box as a potential solution, maybe a 7 here is a potential solution, and a 7 here, that shows me that a 7, just a small marking of a 7, should show me that a 7 could go in any of these 3 boxes. But we're going to go ahead and take these out right now, because we're not starting the puzzle just yet. I want to show you a few more things. Right beside it, you have your fast pencil, or I like to call it a speed pencil. Either one, the same thing, right? Tomato, tomato. With the speed pencil, for the price of a 30-second commercial, unless you've accrued them in some other fashion, you're going to be able to auto-populate all the potential solutions for all the boxes that are empty, right? So it's kind of like just a faster version of that digital pencil here. And then the next thing is going to be the hints. Now, I only use hints on expert or extreme puzzles where you're only getting 17 or fewer boxes filled in, and that's just to keep it fair and still challenging at the same time. But I like to stay away from it, and that is a last case resort, because what a hint does is just it goes ahead and fills in the box with what the correct solution is. So it's just like a freebie, like it's like the ghost space on a bingo board, if you want. It's just a freebie, you know what I mean, gratis, things like that. So we're not going to use that unless it's a last ditch effort and things like that. So if we went and eyeballed this, to figure out because for the puzzle of the day, it doesn't really tell you the difficulty. But we can eyeball this and then look at placement. We can look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So we do have definitely roughly around 20 boxes filled in. This might be expert. It might be extreme. It just depends on that. So what we're going to do is, for this one, I am going to go ahead and take that speed pencil. I believe this one is an extreme. We're going to go ahead and use that speed pencil. Actually, expert, excuse me. So we are back now. So now, as you see, I watched that little 30-second commercial, and we are back. And so this just went ahead and did exactly what we were talking about here, where it auto-populated all of the potential solutions. So again, this one looks like an expert. Let's go ahead and dive right in. So the first thing that pops out to me is going to be this box right here. And how that works is, you're seeing again in the constraint that we have the 3x3 box, and we're going to want to fill in all the missing boxes, of course, but they can't be repeating 1 through 9. But we see the 7 is only marked in this box. So how that works is that this is going to be the 7, and that's going to be correct. And so we can kind of stay on that tangent here right next, so we can spin and hit this 3. That's amazing. And we do something, of course, called spin the block. I've explained that in a few of my videos. But these are blocks, and we do something called spinning the block, where we can, maybe from that 3, we can hit this 4, see anything else that stands out. Oh, hit this 3, that 3, that's a dead guy, and the 7 right next to it. Hit him 2, get this 2. Awesome, epically spin the block. And that's what it is. It's a safe application of that term. So that's what we do. Nice, keep it fun, keep it light, keep it upbeat, and spin some blocks, in a safe way today, in a fun way. So what we're going to do then is continue. I just definitely hop up to maybe this row. Nothing really stands out here. The next thing I want to do is I saw something earlier, right? And that's going to be these 2 ones. This is going to be your next strategy. So if I highlight the 1, right, it's showing that, well, no, actually, I just didn't see that. But we can stay in this 3x3 box because I see something else. I thought I could isolate the 1s here, but what I'm seeing is the 4 can only go in this box. So that's going to be 4, and that's going to be correct. We can spin and hit this 4. That's an amazing thing. Spin and hit this guy. Oh, wow, whirlwind spin. And that's a lovely, amazing thing. So we're just going to stay on that tangent. We're going to lose a little momentum here. Not a problem. It gives us a chance to just look around and see some things. Now, if you're noticing, the strategy then does work for these 8s that I was going to show you with these 1s before I saw this 1 in this box. These 8s are now isolated in this 3x3 square to these 2 boxes in the same row. And how that works is we're just going to then make sure our pencil is on and take the 8 out of any other box in this row, right? Because if we know that 8 goes in here, that's the logic here. If the 8 goes in one of these 2 boxes in this row, it can't repeat in that row. So then we must take the 8 out of those. And that just helps us then maybe isolate. Of course, then we see that the 8s are then isolated for this 3x3 box in this row. So then we can do the same thing here where we're looking at those 8s, and then we can take these out of these 2 boxes, right? And does that help us then pinpoint the 8 in this 3? Yes, it does. So that helped us fully complete pinpointing the 8 right here, and that's going to be 8, and that's going to be correct. So that's how that works. Sometimes in Sudoku, you'll find it's not always about where something can go. Sometimes it's about where something can't go based on your isolation of box, and then something called cross-hatching, which if you follow along there, we cross-hatched. If these 2 boxes are filled with the 8s, that means we cross-hatched the 8s away from where they were prior in these boxes up here. And so we'll see that again, and I'll show you another example as it pops up. But as we pop up to this second row, here something stands out, of course. Maybe you take some time to get in the comments and let me know before I hit this what stands out to you. And so we're back, and what stands out is going to be this 9, right? This 9, and for this row, can only go in this box. So we're going to hit that 9. That 9 is going to be correct. We're just going to take a look here and see if anything. Of course, there's 2 right next to it, right? And so we're adequately solving this puzzle. We can spin and hit this 8. That's an amazing thing. Does that help us isolate anything else? Well, it helped us isolate. Well, we can hit this 6 right next to it. Amazing. Awesome. And then the 3s are in the top here. If we had any 3s in this row, we don't. The 7s for the same thing, but we don't. That's fine. We're still solving this puzzle in a relatively easy fashion. With a spin, hit this 1. 5's a dead man above him. Man, should have ran inside. You know, he was outside on the block just a little too long. Had to spin and get him. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to then continue here. And what we're going to do is we're just going to continue. We just want to look around and see if anything stands out, you know, to you again. If we can use anything to isolate anything anywhere, and things like that. 7s right here are definitely going to be in this box. All right. Anything else? Maybe. Okay. 8s, of course, are going to be here. Nothing immediate. Oh, in this middle, nope, that's not going to be it. Almost saw something there, but it didn't really quite work out. Okay. All right, we're just continuing to look around. And it looks like for this bottom row, something did expose itself. We're seeing that the 8 can only go in this box, so that's going to be 8. That just helps us out a little, not too much, but a little bit. And every little bit counts. You want to take as much as you can. Hey, take as much as you can, man. It's like that. It's like that extra jail treat. You may. I said that in the previous video, but you know I'm serious about that. You want that. You don't want it, but you want it. Okay. All right. So what we're gonna do here, you'll find that very silly on this channel. You know, just make it enjoyable for you guys and things like that. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna stay here on this tangent, and then see about what this 8 did for us. This 8 then definitely let us know that the 4 above it is fair game to go ahead and take that guy out. We're going to continue here. All right, every little bit counts. Right, we're almost. Apologize for that. We're going to see if anything else readily exposes itself. Nothing particularly jumps out as of right now. We do have a 6-9 pair, and I'll show you how pairs work. This is definitely going to be either 6 or 9 here. And this is one of the things, you know, I sometimes I'm hesitant to take the speed pencil so early, is what I've learned. But it's not going to be too much of an issue. It's just you know, making sure that, and there are reasons why I do that, and reasons why I don't take the speed pencil so early. On the expert pencil, sometimes I do it. This is what you see where we might take a guess here. And how the guesses work, we just want to take an educated guess. We might not have to, but we might actually have to. Guessing is typically not something that's done. Well, looks like something did expose itself here, which is going to be good. Looks like the 8 can only go right here for this row, so that's going to be 8. That's good. That's going to help us out a lot. I think that's going to help us gain some momentum here, just as long as something else exposes itself concerning that 8. Right. And guessing is typically not something that's undone, but with this app, that's how it works. And again, we just with the what you'll find with a typical paper Sudoku is you can have infinite guesses. So I don't feel bad about that. It's not something to feel bad about. If you're having to use an educated guess based on probability, that's not a strategy you'll see. It's a kind of an uncanny strategy, but it does work in certain instances. If you've got to a particular box. And there's a way to work around. You can get it to where you have no guesses, but I just it doesn't matter to me that much, But if you have 2 in a box, of course, if you use one of your guesses to go ahead and free some things up and start to get some momentum going, there's nothing wrong with that, because what you'll find is that it's either one of 2 things, and then you know exactly what it is or what it isn't, right? So you can do that if you like. I'm going to refrain from doing that just yet. Or I might actually go ahead and do it here. And how that works is the 1 could be either the 1 or the 8 right here is what I'm looking at. Now, in the 2 places above it, in this where there's 1, that's 1 out of 3, and this is the most likely because it only has 1 other digit, right? But going going next to it, it only has 1 other place, 2 other places here that it could be. So it may or may not be the 1, it may or may not be the 8. Either way, we can figure out how that's working. It's just one. It's either one, so it's just fair game. Again, we afford ourselves 2 guesses on this one and things. So let's go ahead and take 1. All right, and that was correct, actually. So that was good probability to use that 1. That's going to help us free up this 4. So hit that guy. We're going to knock out this 3. Bang out that sign up. Hit this 8. Very nice. Get that 5. And if you know that reference, bang out that sign. If you know that reference, that's an American Dad reference. And just, shout out maybe just, Seth MacFarlane. American Dad is my favorite thing that he's ever done in his life. And then Roger is my favorite character that he's ever demonstrated in any of his shows. So that whole thing with him and Steve, bang, knock out, swing by the gym, bang out that sign up kind of thing. It's hilarious to me. But let's keep moving on. I'll make those references here from every now and then. Just again, get you guys upbeat. If you're watching this in the morning, you see that if you're following this, we're spinning around here, epically spinning the block right now, just knocking out everything. But yeah, if you're watching this morning, in the morning, I definitely, I do a podcast as well. And I'll talk more about that at the end of this video, just to get you upbeat. Mondays and Fridays, I do that podcast, and I'm definitely big on that because you never know what somebody's going through, or, if they need that extra motivation to just make the day, get the most out of the day and make it everything they can be. But we're based on that 1, we exposed a lot. If you're following this, hopefully, so we're just epically whirlwind spinning the block right now, just tagging out every lovely thing. The 7, this 4 is a dead man. We're just gonna continue on that tangent. Hit this 5 in the middle, and he was squeezed in the middle, smack dab in the middle. You know what I mean? That's an old commercial. That's I'm archaic. But let's hit this 6, hit this 1. That's going to free up this 7. And what you're going to see pop up here in a moment is going to be the last feature I'm going to discuss on this video, and it's going to be the autocomplete. So what it just said, it's basically self-explanatory. It says you've solved enough of the boxes to go ahead, and we're going to hit that. It's going to just solve the rest of the boxes, give us that beautiful animation for the whole entire thing, and that was a completed puzzle. So we ended up getting no mistakes on that one. It looked like an expert puzzle. We're given this amazing commercial. What do we have here? This is all going to get edited out, but we got some Nubian goddesses doing their thingy thing, and you know, Theta loves that. So, but yeah. So we'll watch this commercial actually to the end. I love the nightlife. I love the boogie. But yeah, I'll take some time now to explain a few things here at the end of this video. Again, my name is Theta. I am a writer. I am also an aspiring screenwriter. They kind of go hand in hand depending on how you do it. I definitely have a heart for just writing in general, but I do also get into some serious screenwriting as well. So my first project is going to be a screenwriting project. It is called Brother Main. The main project that I'm working on right now is actually called The Method for Correctly Conducting the Conscious. And that's an academic text. So the first one is screenwriting. The second one is just prose writing and things like that, academic writing. And if you'll nip over to my main channel at Brother Main 777, I do have an introductory video where I give the full explanation on both of those projects. You know, the plot, the main characters. Well, the main character of the screenwriting, the plot of the screenwriting, the premise behind the academic text, and things like that. On that introductory video. So I'm not going to take so much time to explain that. You probably saw my handles pop up here. Of course, my Facebook. I got crowdfunding on GoFundMe, Indiegogo. I've got my podcast that I do. Again, I said I was going to tell you about that. It's called the Brother Main Podcast, and I do have it on Podbean. So that's what you're seeing, that icon right there, Podbean. I am going to split it between Podbean and SoundCloud when I need to upload more videos on that end. But right now, you can find it on Podbean. Please swing over there. We do that Mondays and Friday mornings at 7 o'clock a.m. But of course, you can listen to whenever you want. Since we're right now in the middle of the Women's History Month series. So March is Women's History Month right now. So it's going to be a 5-part series, I believe. I might go a little bit further than that, but I think I'm just going to limit it to a 5-part series right now. So the next episode is going to be part 3. So you can catch up if you like. You know, and on those first 2 episodes, I definitely suggest you do that, you know, for Women's History Month and things like that. But after that, we're going to get into a few more topics. But I do also have my submissions on Coverfly and Free Filmway. Now, those are 2 platforms which you might not be familiar with unless you work in the industry and you write and things like that. Coverfly and Free Filmway offer, you know, screenwriters to upload their work, their one-sheets, their pitches with treatments, their pilot episode if it's TV, you know, if a film might be first 50 or 60 pages, or the full script depending on how you want to do it, and it just allows industry professionals to go in there, peruse, look around, you know, find new stuff, you know, and then maybe contact you if they want to move forward with those things. And Free Filmway particularly offers a platform in which, you know, for a monetary cost, you know, it's not free, you can upload your submissions to film festivals where industry professionals gather, and you'd be invited to go, you know, meet them and then network more and get face-to-face contact with them on that. So I do have my stuff on there as well, you know, just for reading and things like that. And I do encourage you as the viewer, you know, you don't have to be an industry professional to show interest in something that you like. So if you want to, you know, nip over there and read those things, definitely watch my videos. Check out all the videos definitely on the Brother Main Sudoku. You might just be into no commentary, which is just the ASMR experience. That's really big in the modern day. So I do have my no commentary videos as well in that playlist if you check that out. And I do have my cash. The last thing that they say is I do have my cash up here at the top. Right now we're running mostly on donations and contributions. So that's why I have the crowdfunding there to help me produce and publish my works, but also, you know, just day-to-day survival. I can use all the help I can get. You know, I'm a real person. I'm an open person. So if you are so ever moved to, you know, maybe make a donation, anything counts, anything helps. You know, if you just see this channel continue and progress and stuff like that. So please get in the comments, you know, with your strategies, if you're enjoying the channel, anything more you'd like to see. Right now I'm debating on whether or not to do the giant puzzles. More than likely I'll probably get into at least a few giant puzzles, and those introduce alphabet letters as well. So it's not just simply the numerical puzzle. It's going to be 4x4 grids instead of 3x3 grids. And what you're going to have to do is 8 numbers and 8 letters per 4x4 grid, not repeating. And then for a 16-digit column and 16-digit row, not repeating as well. So pretty interesting stuff, you know, and I think you guys might want to see that. I'm still debating, but let me know if that's something you want to see. Hit the likes, subscribes, notifications, and I will definitely see you in the next one.